All right, just a quick little lesson on lesson 1, 2 from Unit 1, and we're just mainly going to do a quick review on factor puzzles. Um, Important vocabulary that you're going to see in this particular unit are factors, products, and then also factor puzzles. So let's just quick review what those things are. Factors, so let's do 12. Okay, remember factors are any number that divides evenly into 12. Okay, so when I do factors, I usually think of, okay, what two numbers can I multiply to get 12? I always start with the smallest, 1. 1 times what equals 12? 12. All right, kind of work my way in. All right, what's the next one after 1? Would make sense? 2. Okay, so 2 is a factor of 12, so where's this factor, buddy? Okay, 2 times what equals 12? 6, so 6 is also a factor of 12. All right, and then the next one would be 3. 3 times what equals 12? 4. And at this point, I've met in the middle. There's no more numbers that could possibly it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12, those are all factors of 12. Each one of these numbers can divide evenly into 12. All right, so that's what a factor is. Quick review, once I find my eraser, of what a product is. And this is something that I'm guessing you probably learned around 3rd grade. The product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So what's the product of 4 times 6? 24. What's the product of 2 times 4? 8. Okay? So product, answer to a multiplication problem. When I do multiplication, the result is a product. All right, now let's get going to these factor puzzles. All right, so you're going to see, is that big enough? Yeah, you're going to see boxes that look like this, and I'm just going to do a couple examples from your book. 20, 15, and 8. And then it'll have all sorts of like lines kind of coming off that it's going to want you to write some stuff in. Okay, so pretty much when you're finished with this factor puzzle, you're going to have numbers in each of these spots, and then you're also going to have a number right here. Okay, so how we approach these? Well, let's start with 20. Okay, these two numbers are factor pairs that multiply to 20, okay? Now that could be a lot of things. It could be 1 and 20, could be 2 and 10, could be 4 and 5, okay? So how do we know which ones to write? Well, if you notice, this number up here not only applies to 20, but it also goes into 8 as well. So now, well, let's think about that. Well, it's got to be a number that goes into 20 and 8. So that would probably eliminate, well, 1. No, 1 would still work. 2, well, that would still work. 4 would still work, but I would know like 5. I know 4 times 5. The 5 couldn't go there because 5 goes into 20, but it doesn't go into 8. But the 4 could go there. 4 goes into 20, 4 goes into 8. A 2 could go there, 2 goes into 20, 2 goes into 8, okay? So maybe we need to look at it going this way too, okay? Because the number here, it's a number that goes into both 20 and 15. Well, that doesn't seem like that would be that many. Okay, well, 1. Well, I know it can't be 2. Well, I know 4 is a factor of 20. It can't be 4. So it's probably going to be 5. I know 5 goes into both. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and write 5 here. And then I can go ahead and do it because it's over here as well. It's still the same row. Okay, so I got 5 here, 5 there. Now I can kind of start filling this in. Okay, well, 25, 20. So what's going to have to go there? 5 times what gives me 20? Well, that would be a 4. Okay, so now I know this is a 4 going down. Well, 8. What times 4 is going to give me 8? That's going to be the mystery number here. Well, that would have to be a 2. And once I put this here, I'm going to go ahead and put it here. 2. Okay? Now, I still have a couple others. Oh, the same thing with up here. If I put a 4 here, just bring it straight down. I can put it there. Okay? So, well, let's see what we've got. We've got, well, I think we can figure out this number because if we know 5 goes into the 15, what number is that going to have to be multiplied by to get the 15? 5 times what gives me 15. This is going to have to be a 3. Once I write it here, drop it down here as well. And at this point, I should be able to fill in this last number because it's going to be the product of 3 and 2, which is going to be 6. Okay, so I have completed this factor puzzle. You're going to see these. We're going to use these a lot in this chapter because these kind of do all sorts of things. I mean, you really break down the different factors, but not only that, once we get to proportions, okay, or ratios, the ratio, an equal ratio of 20 to 15 is 4 to 3, okay? An equal ratio of 20 to 8 is 5 to 2. These already kind of come out with their ratios. All right, but anyways, that's a few lessons down the road. Okay, let's do one more practice, and then I bet you'll probably be okay to keep going. All right, let's do 8, 14, and then 21. Then we've got all these little things coming off the sides. All right. So, well, let's kind of focus where we've got like two numbers together. So we could either 8 and 14, 14 and 21. Let's go to 14 and 21 just because there's not going to be too many factors of 21. Let's start with 21. What are factors of 21? Well, 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. That's it, okay? And I'm reasonably sure 1 or 21 is not going to go into 14, so let's really focus on 3 or 7. Well, can I put the 3 here? Would the 3 go into 21 and 14? So it's probably going to have to be the 7. So 7 here, okay? And then that means we have to put then the 3 here, and then the 3 over here, because 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, well, we've got the 7 up here, and the product of 7 and what number is 14? What number is going to have to go here? The 2. Okay, so then the 2 goes here. All right, so now, okay, I've got a 2 over here, now I've got this 8 to worry about. Well, 2 is a factor of 8. 2 times what is going to give me 8? 4. Okay, so 4 here, bring it straight down. All right, so I've got all my little numbers. So now it's just a matter of filling in this box. And what two numbers am I going to use? I'm going to use the 3 and the 4. So the product of 3 and 4 is 12. Okay, I've completed my little factor puzzle. All right, so that's how these guys work. You will see them again. They're not so bad once you figure it out. All right, good luck.